Ladies and gentlemen, Omoyele Sowore.
Hello, Daddy.
I can hear you. I can hear you. On the third May,
I didn't say Uber, man. And I want to introduce you to my Uber driver. Casely is his name.
Woo! Tinubu, Atiku, Peter Obi, we want to meet the Uber drivers.
We want to meet
Uber drivers of Peter Obi, Tinubu, and Atiku.
So,
you know, even sit down for back. What president it? You know,
they can't even get into a car without help. You know, somebody has to open the door for them. Somebody has to do everything for them. That's why
this
leader who can do things on their own, who can walk on the street, who understand the people, right? But before you go too far, my Uber driver say no bill collect transfer, and you know they accept cash because now all notes I get.
Hey, one question where in my mind since when no other candidate don't answer. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
One question on my mind that answered my satisfaction is the Constitution of Nigeria, 1999 Constitution. What are your intentions? How can you work with such a constitution and bring change? That is the question on my mind.
Can you repeat that? Because I missed that a bit.
Okay.
I think because of
in 1999 Constitution. 1999 Constitution. It can prevent anybody from achieving their target. What are your plans?
Yes. My plans is to get rid of the 1999 Constitution completely. That's it's the most fraudulent official document in Nigeria's history. I think after the 1960, before 1960, the Constitution of 1999 is the most fraudulent document ever imposed on the people. One is that nobody was there when it was created. You cannot even mention the name of a person who was where they started or created in 1999. It was created by the military and imposed on Nigerians via a decree. In fact, there was no copy of the 1999 Constitution when Obasanjo was sworn in 1999 available. It was after the swearing in that they went and printed the Constitution because it was not the Constitution. The second aspect of it is to create a document that goes through the processes of creating a constitution, and that is by way of a referendum. After you set up a constitution, the people of the country must decide on the legitimacy of the document through a referendum, a yes and no. Tell me, if there was a referendum in 1999, nobody conducted a referendum. Because constitutions are not written, they are framed by the people before they become legitimate documents. I have challenged anyone in Nigeria who knew anybody who was part of framing the 1999 Constitution. Nobody has come up with an answer. But if you ask an average Nigerian who knows U.S. history, or even know history at all, that who was there when the 1789 Constitution in the U.S. was framed? Is it 1789 or 1889? Everybody will tell you they know Thomas Jefferson. They will mention all the 42 guys who were there. They know them. How come we know the people who framed U.S. Constitution in the 17th century, and we don't know the people who framed our Constitution in the 20th century? Because it was not a legitimate document. It was a document imposed on the people by the military. And we must get rid of that, confer legitimacy on the Constitution by creating a brand new Constitution. Let me shock you, Daddy Prince. There was a part of the Nigerian Constitution that carried parts of U.S. Constitution verbatim, because it was copied from all over the place. They copied some parts from the UK, some parts from the U.S., like the social media bill that they went and copied from Singapore. you know, because it was just a plagiarized version of a little bit of everything. It wasn't a legitimate document. And we should be ashamed to be calling it constitution anyways, because it doesn't bear the most important imprimatur. Every constitution starts with the sentence, "We the people." But were you there when they created the next sentence? The people were not there. It was the military guys, not few military guys. They had some civilian assistants. They just went and copied every part of the constitution around the world, and then adopted it in Nigerian constitution. They call it Nigerian constitution. And I am more even ashamed of lawyers, you know, and I hope you are here. They continue to allow this legitimacy to continue by pledging allegiance and quoting the constitution that you know. I know the next question will be, why are you contesting under a constitution you don't believe in? Of course, when we want to fix the country, we step on whatever can take us to the promised land. And I know that they have looted the promised land before we got there. You know, all the oldies, they have looted the promised land. They have put in there they can sell. They have ripped and stripped the promised land of whatever could make life possible. But we are taking our own spirit to the promised land. That if we get there, there's nothing left, we'll create another one for ourselves. That is the spirit here. And that is the reason why I'm very comfortable to be with the guy. I didn't set this up. I know they will accuse you that me and you set this up to be in an Uber. No, I didn't set it up.
I just called him as he landed in the airport. And we got talking, and he said, I need to get I'm like, Uber, I'm joining you live.
I came to the airport. I came to Lagos yesterday.
Before we start even talking about Uber's presidential.
Actually, I'm just going to a meeting. I'm going to a meeting in Lagos. I couldn't find. I must not lie to you. I have a car that I use in Lagos, but the guy who was driving the car lost the key, and I have to go to an event. So I just took back. You know, I asked somebody to boat for me. This boat, right? Yes. And then got in it. When the guy saw me, he was shocked. He's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you are entering boat." I said, "I enter boat. Whatever needs to be done, I do it. You don't have to like 500 cars in front of you and back of you."
Coming to Lagos this morning,
create a country that's safe.
On the same flight with Peter Obi. Peter Obi too was coming to Lagos this morning.
No, that was yesterday.
Oh,
that was yesterday. We came on the same flight yesterday.
Okay.
Me and Peter Obi came.
Oh, okay.
Yes. This is not from the airport. This is from somewhere I was staying in Lagos.
Oh, okay. Understood that. I must have been. Let's talk about change. Change is the most important thing in Nigerian one. Change. How do you plan to implement change? Should I repeat my question?
So you say our friends do that.
I said change is the most.
It was interrupted by a VIP that is passing us now.
Change. Let me ask the question again.
You say how to implement change?
Question.
Okay.
Change is the most important question on the Nigerian man's mind. How do you plan to implement change?
How do I implement change? You said what you are saying?
Yes, the change that we want, the change that we're all yet.
Hello? The network got a little bit wonky. Maybe we'll just pass the place and I'll ask the question. If you're asking about change, how to implement change, if that's what you mean, if you can hear me, is that, I'm allergic to using the word change again because it's a word that was appropriated or misappropriated and bastardized by the APC government. So, I don't talk about change, and I'll never use change as a means of delivery or about what I talk about revolutionary, order. Better way to describe change. And the reason I use the word revolution is that I don't want to sugarcoat the next stage. As I'm talking to you now, while we are having this conversation, people have taken over the streets of many states of Nigeria. You can't come from Ondo State or the east to Lagos now because protesters have blocked the highway because they are tired of the suffering that has become their lot. So while you are still here discussing how to implement change, they are implementing the change they want to see. They are resisting the government. They are resisting this criminal monetary policy that says pretty much that to get your own money, you have to buy it and then use it to buy what money can buy. This is the worst monetary policy I've ever seen. This morning I was looking for 50,000 naira to spend. I went around and they were asking me to pay 20,000 naira to buy 50,000 naira. Never heard about it.
20,000 naira.
You have to pay
20,000 naira.
Yes. You can say you have to pay 20,000 naira in this country today to be able to get 50,000 naira. Never happened before in the history of mankind that I know of. That you have to use money to buy your own money. This is not another person's money. This is your money. Because you can then use it to buy whatever money can buy. Never happened before. And these are the people who came with the promise of change. That's why I can never use the word change again in my life. Because it has become a word that was banished, bastardized, and molested by those who misappropriate change. Misappropriate processes of development in the country. They capitalize, and that's why they capitalize on the desires of the people in the past. That's the reason why we are opposed, and I'm opposed to, and I don't hide it. I'm opposed to opportunism. People just go and hide and say, oh, the people are tired, they're upset, and then you jump on the road, even though you are one of the people who caused the problem. You misappropriate everything you can find. Fact that you didn't participate in. You now start talking about NSAS. That's misappropriation right there. And anybody that can misappropriate true intentions of the people can also misappropriate their resources when they get to power. They will misappropriate anything available. They are the ones who are all up saying that, oh, it is good for the government to change naira. It is good for the government to deprive you of what is in your account. They are supportive of the naira redesign policy because out of opportunism, they think that it will benefit them. Clearly. My point. How do you hate Buhari for 7 years, and on his 8th year, you now become his biggest supporter because he introduced a policy that deprives your people of their right to access their own money? That's opportunism right there, and that's why we are different. I'm different, and I keep saying it. I'm not afraid to say it, that I'm different. I cannot be lied to, and I can't allow people to confuse me or anyone by claiming that they are about changing the system that they are part of. You get my point? So these are the issues that stand. And Nigerians must open their eyes. I know how difficult it is to open your eyes because you are bombarded left, right, and center with all kinds of fake messiahs. But the truth is that they have nothing to offer. They have nothing for you. They just want to harvest your anguish. They want to harvest your condition. They want to harvest, by way of deception, your true desire for revolutionary change. If I can combine both, since you want me to use change a bit. But they are not interested in the future. They are not interested in what happens to you after they win the election. So that's why we are opposed to all the old parties. And we are opposed to all the people that have old ideas. I have said it, and I will keep saying it frequently. I have no problem with old people. No problem whatsoever. But I have problems with old ideas.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sowore is with us live. Let us talk about the financial climate of Nigeria. It is at its very worst, rock bottom. What are your financial, how do you intend to change the course of Nigeria's financial trajectory?
I'm struggling with network, so I didn't hear that question. Last question.
So what's going to happen? We're going to bring Sowore back at the later time when he's.
Yeah, we can do tomorrow. I think I have some commitment already tonight.
Yes.
But I'll be happy to join you.
I'll look
live from the same platform where I can be rested and there will be
ladies,
possibly we'll have network and we can talk as long as you want tomorrow night.
Awesome. So we'll look at that.
But I still want you to greet my driver again. My boat driver, you know, and greetings to all the boat drivers out there who are working for free. A lot of these boat drivers are working for free now because when they get to their destination, the people can't pay them. No transfers, no new Naira notes, no network, and they are not able to accept old Naira notes because if they accept it, nobody will accept it from them at the banks. So the heroes of this current situation are these boat drivers and all those women out there who are selling food on the basis of I pay later, you know, credit. All of you, we appreciate you. And thank you, Daddy, for spending some time with me in Lagos. We'll talk tomorrow. I'll reach out to you and we can do it more.
All right. Thank you so much, Omoyele Sowore.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm at the local shrine. I'm at the local shrine. I just passed the local shrine, the African shrine.
Ooh! Shehu Kuti, I hello.
Yes.
Take care.
Yes, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Omoyele Sowore. If you're looking for youth and wisdom, he did speak a lot of sense. I'm going to invite just two people to the live to tell me what they think. What are your thoughts about Omoyele Sowore? What are your thoughts about what Omoyele Sowore has said?
Hello, boss. Good afternoon, sir.
All right.
Hey, I'm so happy to be on your live. I'm so happy to be on your live, Daddy Freeze. I'm your number one fan. I swear. Wow. I am. Can I go ahead? Can I talk?
Go ahead.
Okay. The last election they did, I used to work in Covenant University before, so I had access to internet connection. So I listened to all the debates they did for the last election, which was when Peter Obi was the vice to Atiku. I listened to every one of all the debates because they heard it on YouTube. So that was when I came across Sowore's plan and everything. And ever since then, I've been his number one supporter. I've been saying to everybody, bro, Peter Obi is good. I don't have anything against him.
I also like Peter Obi is good.
I love his idea. I love Sowore's ideas and everything. Because to me, to really make Nigeria great is not really hard. Because we have the resources and everything. So it's just like maybe you want to be a rich man in life and your daddy has money already. It's gonna be very easy for you to once you finish school, you just fix in one office and you are doing fine. So Nigerians, we have the resources. We have a lot of like human resources, natural resources and everything. But we have bad leaders. That is the problem. Bad leaders. And the followers too. I think we are also one of the problems. The followers, because there was one time I went to eat somewhere. I was trying to tell people about Sowore. They were like, they don't know him. I was like, okay, this person you want to vote for. Because some people are saying they want to vote for Tinubu. And I was like, okay, fine. You have been watching some things online. You have been seeing the way this man talks in rally. And he's saying things upside down. And people will still clap for him. In those rally, I'll be like, can't you guys hear what he's saying? He's saying the opposite of what he's supposed to say. And you are still clapping. And one of the area boys, he was even hungry. He wanted to fight with me. He was like, I should stop saying rubbish. That some people, they need that 5,000 that they will give them just to eat. And I was like, okay, you will collect 5,000. You will now suffer it for 8 years. Why? Why now? Why? Just vote, do your check every one of them. Vote for the right person you think can fix Nigeria. If Nigeria is good, we'll all enjoy it. Like that, I'm in a wedding now. For the husband to even see money to give for the bride price and everything is voila. I've been calling all the money changers. You know all these Yoruba wedding now, you need to put maybe 5,000 inside one envelope for the they used to call them no, the guy he don't come out there, he don't go find money. See now, I'm set up. I'm waiting for everybody to come. I'm a DJ, so I'm in a wedding to play. Now, even the guy now, he will send money to me as transfer for me to go back to Lekki now where I'm working. Is voila. So it's really crazy. Like what Sowore just said now. You can't say you hate somebody for 7 years, then all of a sudden you just love him, like Buhari, because he made one implementation for the new notes. It's not possible. It's not possible. So that's all I have to say. I'm so happy that if it's as you don't know how happy
I am. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Wow.
Normally, before I start, I will always make my discussion. Please, can you mute yourself a little bit because I'm getting a little feedback.
Oh, okay.
I have nothing against Sowore's candidacy. Sowore is a very smart and intelligent young man. He's smart. He was. We know him as he has been an activist. He has. If we want to count Nigerian youths within his age bracket that has given a lot to the struggle of a better Nigeria, I think you rank him number one. But I think he's getting it all mixed up, because the truth is that Sowore need to have agreed with me by now that if there is no exit from the normal political climate of Nigeria, he will never become president of Nigeria. He can never win. Something needs to happen for Sowore to have the opportunity of winning an election in Nigeria. And that thing that is about to happen is Sowore should be happy that Peter Obi is coming on board. Because without a Peter Obi, Sowore can never win presidency in Nigeria. And it's the truth. He doesn't have the political charisma to win presidency.
Now, I want to bring a Sowore fan so you guys can discuss. I want who can go against John the Baptist, the upright man? Who is ready? Who can face John the Baptist? I need somebody who is intelligent. John is very intelligent. We send you back home if you're not sharp.
So, like I was saying, Sowore comes, politics is not, I need Sowore to understand that Nigerian politics is not SCG presidency. It's not SCG presidency. You're fighting against a particular group of people that have been in power for a very long time, that have enjoyed.
But let me ask you a question. If Obi could do it, why can't Sowore? I don't understand.
Let me tell you the difference between Sowore and the Peter Obi. Sowore talks too much. I will send you to jail. I will send you. I heard when he was talking to Abdulsalami Abubakar, he was saying, if I become president, you will just say, no. A Peter Obi will talk to you and let you buy into what he wants. And when he gets there, whatever you see, you take. That is the difference between a Peter Obi and a Sowore. I am telling you in all, there is no way Sowore can convince a T.Y. Danjuma to support him. But a Peter Obi can convince a T.Y. Danjuma to support him. I cannot be saying I want people, regardless that the political class makes a small percentage of Nigeria, you cannot be saying that all you're coming to do is to fight them, and you think they won't do everything against you to make sure you don't get there. He needs to apply wisdom.
But that is also part of the crux of the matter. But
the thing is, if he says it from now to tomorrow, he cannot do anything.
All right. But
if he says this from now till tomorrow, he cannot do anything now until he becomes president. So why don't you wait till he becomes president? State.
Wait, hold on. That raised, yeah?
Yes. Hello, John. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
I've heard everything that you said, and the truth of the matter is that comparison is too lame. And I feel like the only thing appealing to Sowore is political structure. He doesn't have a viable political structure that can help him to spread his word. It's not by talking too much. Any politician talks too much. A lot of them even talk too much.
No, Peter doesn't.
Before Buhari came into power in 2015, he said a lot about fighting corruption. A lot of people voted for him on the premise of fighting corruption. So he came in and nothing of sort happened.
Yeah, but let me tell you the difference between the Buhari and the Sowore. Buhari is saying that he will fight corruption. No, Sowore is saying that I will take this one and take him to jail. Does he think he's coming as a military dictator?
Let me quickly use President Buhari as an example. In 2003, he vied from an election, he lost.
Yes.
In 2007, he vied from an election, he lost.
And he lost.
You understand? In 2011, he did the same thing and he lost. Now, because he did not have a fully settled political structure that could help him win an election.
Bro, it is not about political structure. Regardless, you need to muscle support of the people behind you. Sowore lacks the charisma. How many places have you seen him campaign? Only inside the river, inside the river next to his community. That's the only campaign I've seen him done. And that is not.
The only point you are trying to make that I thought that you would have said eloquently is the fact that he needs to learn how to canvas people to believe in his struggle.
That is charisma.
Well, that's more better. Do you understand what I mean? So I feel I followed Sowore a lot during the NSAS campaign.
I don't have anything against him. He's a wonderful young man. Like I said before I started, I said, if there is anybody within his age bracket that has given a lot to Nigeria, to the struggle of a better Nigeria, it's him. But my caveat there is, I have not tested him with a political office to know if he is struggling to get there and be like them, just like Tinubu did with Nadeko.
Brother, the truth of the matter is, you don't need to test people with political office.
I have to.
Wait, listen.
I have to.
Yeah.
Tinubu was a very strong activist with Nadeko during the military administration.
Of course, I agree.
When he became governor, what happened? Everything he fought against is what he became.
That is it. That's what I always say. But when
an activist does not make you a good leader. What makes you a good leader is the qualities of leadership, not activism.
Now, sorry, hold on a second. Ade says, I think John is more concerned about the Igbo candidacy. I'm pinning that question. John, what is your take? And my other brother, what is your take? Because I see a lot of people who support Peter Obi, mostly from a sentimental and emotional perspective, saying that it is Igbo's turn. So whether you like it or not, the same Emilio call they are blaming Tinubu for is also beginning to manifest itself in the Igbo community. It is our turn. So somebody has asked a question. I think John is just concerned about the Igbo candidacy. John, what's your perspective? And my other brother, Dari, what is your perspective?
The person that actually wrote that obviously doesn't know me. Because if he had known me prior to now on Instagram, a lot of Igbos have sent me threat messages because I am someone who calls a spade a spade. I was very vocal during the IPOP nonsense, because I call it nonsense. I was very vocal. When the Igbos decided to destroy their communities, all in the name of wanting a secession. I'm a strong believer of one strong, united Nigeria.
Okay.
You get So I always say, if APC had given me a Yemi Osibanjo, whom I know is a smart, intelligent man, whom his hands are tied as vice president to exhibit his full potentials, or if PDP had given me a Sanusi, former central bank governor, I would have been biased on who to vote for. Yes. I am not voting for P2B from a tribal perspective.
Yeah.
If you doubt it, I can bring my other phone. I blocked my first cousin, my father's elder brother's son, because he was sending me iPod messages. And I told him, if you continue, I'm going to screenshot this and send them to DSS.
Okay, can I also make my point on that? Okay, talking about Nigeria for now, there is a lot of things are bad to a point where we feel like what would save Nigeria from this doom has nothing to do with tribal sentiment. A man is from Yoruba, a man is Igbo, and that is not where we are in Nigeria right now. I feel Nigeria needs somebody with a radical approach and someone that can hold things head on, like solve a problem head on without any reason to say, oh, my brother is Igbo, my brother is Yoruba. Anybody that comes in with the right ideas to ensure that Nigeria becomes a better country, those are the people that we're supposed to employ to do something in Nigeria. Now, it's not about Igbo candidacy, it's not about Yoruba candidacy. I feel like if you're smart enough, you have the vision, you can communicate your vision, no matter where you are from. As far as I'm concerned, Nigeria doesn't have 3 tribes. We don't have Yoruba, Igbo. We have a lot of tribes. And we have a lot of smart people, both home and abroad. You understand? So when you come in with your manifesto, as they say it, and you can prove to us why we should give you an opportunity, why not? Now, Daddy Freeze, the reason why I actually requested for an add-on is the fact that I have a problem why Nigerians we are just pushing for Peter Obi. We are not looking at other political structures that can help him to thrive when he gets into office. Because if you are pushing an LP candidate, which is Peter Obi, and you are not pushing the governor and the House of Reps member that will help to support his leadership, then we are only joking. We are only deceiving ourselves. Because we can't do it alone.
I beg to differ on that. I just hope you give me listening ears and let's learn. We're not arguing, we're learning. I would prefer a presidency where the executive arm of government is a different party from the legislative arm of government. Peter Obi performed very well as governor of Anambra State, as an ABGA governor, and the State House of Assembly filled with a PDP. Now, why do I say so? The executive is meant to checkmate the activities of the legislative arm of government is meant to checkmate the activities of the executive arm of government, and vice versa. If they are friends, they can just share money and do whatever they want to do. But if they're not friends, both arm of government will be on its toe to perform optimally to make sure they don't get them out.
But the way the political structure in Nigeria works is not like America or some other parts of the world.
That is how
where sometimes they, even the same party, they sabotage Buhari.
That is what I'm telling you. For example,
even as they are
for example, Peter Obi comes in as a Labour Party candidate. He knows that the National Assembly is filled with APC and PDP.
Okay.
For every document he needs to sign, for every executive order he needs to pass through, he has to be on his toes. Because if they find any loophole, they will impeach him.
Okay, now, this is my point. The development of Nigeria is not solely the responsibility of the executive arm.
No.
The legislative arm is also, please hold on. The legislative arm is also, listen now, John, let me finish. The legislative arm is also part of the development that is supposed to happen in
wrong. Yeah, that was what I wanted.
How am I getting it wrong?
The legislative arm are just lawmakers.
Okay.
Now, if you look at the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it is a very robust and proper constitution.
Which is the problem we have? Which is a scam. It's not robust.
It's not a scam.
1999 Constitution is a complete scam.
Tell me 2 sections that are scam. Just 2. Them 2 sections are scam.
Don't let us go into that. Don't let us go into that. The 1999 Constitution, I don't want to have that conversation.
Bro, can you relax?
The Constitution is in shambles.
Bro, can you relax? Can you relax, please? Let me ask you a question. Yeah. Where are you from? Which state are you from?
I'm from Lagos.
What do you require to become governor of Lagos State?
What do I require? What do you mean by that?
What are the requirements for you to run for governor of Lagos State? I'm getting.
I don't understand. I don't.
Requirements.
You want to put me on the spot or what?
I'm not putting you on the spot. I'm asking you a question.
Okay, you just speak. You don't need to ask me questions, John.
No.
You don't need to ask me questions. Just speak.
No.
Just speak. You said the 1999 Constitution is the best document Nigeria ever had. So tell me why. Give me a reason why.
I asked you a straightforward question. If you don't know, tell me.
I don't know the answer to the question.
Thank you. That's what you tell me. Now, a lot of Nigerians, including our leaders, think that you need to be from a state to be governor of a state. But that 1999 Constitution that you're calling a scam says expressly, and I quote, that to be a governor, all you need to be is a Nigerian citizen at best.
Okay, so that's what makes it a perfect document.
Let me land now. Let me land. No, let me land, please.
Okay.
That automatically tells you that the enforcement of that Constitution in that set of the Constitution is what we have a problem with. And the enforcer of the law or the Constitution is the executive arm of government, not the legislative arm of government. The legislative arm of government has no business with enforcing the law. If you run one way in Nigeria, it is a crime. But people run one way because there's no enforcement. If your House of Reps member goes to House of Reps to represent you, and if he does not perform well, you have the power to recall him, as per the Constitution of Nigeria. But excuse me, let me land. Let me land, bro.
John, you are still flying. You have been flying. You have not landed.
Let me land. Not a shout. Let me land. Stop him. I can shout also. It's my specialty. Let me land.
You can't shout.
So
don't worry. You can't
like
shout.
I was saying, if a House of Reps member goes to represent his constituency and does not perform well, his constituents have the mandate to recall him back. It is not being done because the executive arm of government that should enforce it is not enforcing it. Everything in Nigeria is bad when it should be bad, but the problem is the enforcement. So nobody should come and tell me that the Constitution is fraud.
Okay. And did you also know, you were asking me a question that as a governor, what do you need to become a governor of a state? Now, Nigeria's constitution, in my own opinion, has a lot of lacuna.
Like what?
And those lacunas gives it an opportunity, apart from the enforcement. Okay, I don't know. Maybe you can educate me, John. What part of the constitution gives a governor the opportunity to have so much after he has finished his tenure as a governor? As in, is that a constitutional right?
Wait, let
me quickly ask you the question. Let me finish asking you the question. And as a senator, the salaries that are accrued to them as senators and House of Rep members, are they also in the Constitution, or they are just designed by lawmakers to suit their interests? Please answer the question.
Yes. They are designed by lawmakers to suit their interest. Because there's nobody's salary that is in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Okay, that's by National Bureau of whatever that sets salaries and all that, right? Okay. Now, if you are telling me that the Nigerian Constitution is not a fraud, why can't we have an opportunity why can't we have an opportunity to push a campaign or protest, and people are enforced to stop protesting because of one thing or another? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, as per the Nigerian Constitution, every Nigerian citizen has the right to protest. Every Nigerian citizen has the right to protest.
Why are people not allowed to protest at will?
Because of the enforcement. Now, the executive arm of government now uses its powers excessively.
So why is the Constitution not padded in a way to cut the coats or the arms of the executive arm of government?
Now,
said I should bring in Bokoli.
Do you understand? Do you understand my point? Do you understand my point? Do you understand my point? And now the Constitution is the one empowering the executive to do what they want.
No,
and that's why everybody is vying for it.
No, sir. No, sir.
Bongoli. Sorry, hold on. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Sean,
Yeah,
let me hear you.
Sorry, John. I just want to pull you up on two things that you said that I totally didn't agree with.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to raise 3 points. One of it is what you said. First of all, well, you mentioned the fact that there's nothing wrong with the Constitution of Nigeria. That's totally false. That is totally, absolutely.
No, tell me why.
Let me finish. I know you're shouting on people. I'm listening to you. Let me just finish. Let me land that you can. No. It's okay. It's okay. Let me raise my point. That you can obviously pull my points apart and then obviously tell me where I'm wrong. Even in the developed countries like UK or America that we are aiming as Nigerian to be. I live in the UK. Legislation are continuously and every time reviewed and amended. Every time. In America, they have the Roe versus Wade that is currently going on about abortion that happened like in the 80s, and they are reviewing it at the moment. In the UK, they have the same thing because people changes, time changes, orientation changes. You know, you move. So you can't say, oh, something that happened in the 1990 is definitely what we're going to be using in 2023. Because, so that definitely doesn't work. The other point I'm going to say is...
take the one after the other. I'm not a machine. I'll be able to answer you one after the other if you want.
Go on.
First and foremost, you said, for you to have said this, that means you have no clue what the legislative arm of government mean. We have the 1999 Constitution as amended. That amendment means that there is room to amend that Constitution by the legislative arm of government. I really don't like... excuse me, sir. The same thing you're doing to me is what I'm going to do to you.
I didn't do it to you. I just
you want to speak, and I'm going to...
Yeah, go on. Well, you didn't let me finish my point. You
finished one question, and allow you to land on the first question.
Right, go on.
If you understand the roles of the legislative arm of government, you would have said that. The legislative arm of government is empowered to always review the laws and make amendments to the laws. That is the only thing they are paid to do. And that is why they are called lawmakers. Lawmakers. So you can't tell me that the Constitution of Nigeria is stagnant right from the time of when we got independence till today. It has been the same Constitution.
So can I say something?
There have been amendments.
You've talked more than me that even asked a question.
No, I've not talked more than you.
So let me
say something to you. With this last statement, I'll land. That is why even if you go to court and a lawyer is quoting the Constitution, he will say, the 1999 Constitution as amended. He's telling you that he's quoting the last amended version of the Constitution.
Right.
So,
have you finished?
Yes.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Let's forget about the legal terms or whatever. What does something called amending means? If Daddy Freeze has a 3-wheel car and he wants to amend it to a 4-wheel car, what does amending means?
Addendum.
Right. When you are amending something, it means you are improving on something.
Addendum.
Say that again?
Addendum. That's the legal term. Addendum.
Yeah. So an addendum. Yeah. So an addendum means if you have a contract and you put an addendum on the contract, it means you are putting a clause on it because you want something that either is going to be favorable to you or because you want to have a room for you to tweak it, in the nearest future. So you have to have a room in every legislation to be able to do that. And the other thing, there's also one point I want to raise personally. I mean, I'm not involved in Nigerian politics, to be honest, and I'll be factual about that. I don't have nothing against Sowore, but Nigerians we have to get ourselves out of this. And I don't have any problem with Obi either. We have to get ourselves out of this messianic mentality where we're looking for a messiah. Because one thing you have to remember is Fidel Castro did pass Sowore. Mugabe fought more than Sowore. Mugabe fought the British to get independence. You mentioned correctly about Tinubu. All those 3 people that we named, when they go into power, what happened to them? If you want to see the true character of a human being, give them money and power, and then see how they would, and then see them. So when people are, are still, I'm like, again, like I said, I'm not against it. I know if you are a political activist, if that's your calling, do for it. But that's the only one point I agree with you. Being a political activist doesn't make you a great leader. You can be very good in shouting and organizing and galvanizing people. It doesn't mean when you get into that, that mantle of power, you can be able to push your ideology forward. Sorry, I think you want to say something.
Okay. Now, John, I was saying something. You said a 1999 Constitution is a perfect document. Now, in my own opinion, any constitution that gives you the opportunity to do what you like, and after office, there is nothing to call you back. In my own opinion, I would like a constitution that can call back governors and presidents and say that after leaving office, if the people have a problem with you amassing wealth and they can find it out, you have to relinquish your wealth, or you have to go to a term, you have to serve a term in jail. Bro, a constitution that relieves the presidency or for the executives from being attached to independent commission or judiciary. If we can have a constitution that can help us make our judiciary independent, our electoral commission also independent, then that is a constitution. A constitution that they leave office and that nobody can call them back, nobody can call everything they've amassed back. That is not a constitution in my opinion.
Answer your question. Joshua Derrier, former governor of Plateau State, is rotting in jail as we speak today. It is the same constitution that you're talking about.
That's political. Huh? Everybody knows he's not supposed to be the only one to be in that jail.
Bro,
everybody knows.
Bro. Now you're still taking it back to the past.
This is the only, just Derrier is the only thing. What are you saying?
Stop it. Bro,
everybody knows it's political.
I'm just trying to see in this conversation. I can shout also. Joshua Derrier is in jail. He was sentenced to jail by a court of competent jurisdiction.
Okay.
Hence, you now agree that there is provision in the constitution that you're talking about, because no judge will give a verdict outside the constitution.
Baba,
so there's provision in the constitution.
Baba, the provision of the constitution empowers people that does not.
I listen to guys.
Don't do that. Bro, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm the mad person. Don't try with me. I'm the mad person. Don't try with me. I
don't understand what you mean.
Bro, let me land.
Oh, yeah,
let me land. I don't look at anybody face. Let me land. Joshua Derrier went to jail.
Okay.
On that same constitution that you're talking about. So now, if the executive arm of government uses it politically, who is defaulting the constitution? Is it not the executive that is not implementing the constitution properly?
Because even the constitution is not is giving the executive the power to do rubbish.
Don't say that.
That's what we are saying.
The first page of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria says, we, the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please go back to your dictionary and check what the Federal Republic means. It has defined Nigeria as a country where where every state manages its resources and pays royalties to the federal government, and thereby decentralizing the center and making it less attractive. But it is not practiced because that part of the constitution is not implemented. And you people are blaming the poor constitution. You people are blaming the poor constitution. So blaming those that have failed to implement the constitution.
All right, gentlemen. Seun Kuti is about to join us live. It's about to get hot in here.
Yes.
John, do you have the power to
John, stay.
You not just insult me because if he insults me, I insult him back. That's why I am. He should not just insult me because if he insults me, if you give me one, I'll give him 10.
Oh, sorry, come on, So, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm about to round off. Wow. Wow.
You know, the problem with this constitution thing is that when we talk about this constitution, we allow the main issue and focus on a constitution that any constitution is not, you cannot call any constitution fraud, because any constitution that had room for amendment cannot be fraudulent, because you can always amend it. You can always amend it. Any constitution that has room for amendment cannot be fraudulent, because you can always amend it, and that's why you have a legislative arm of government. We now leave the people that we should focus our problems on, and we are focusing saying that the foundation, and anybody that comes and says the foundation of Nigeria is fraud is someone that is either IPOB or those people that are
Can I say something though, John?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a question, because this is a question of this is a question that I've always been asking people, and nobody can give a definite answer. Historically, the British amalgamated Nigeria. We all agree to that. Yes? Why do the British amalgamate Nigeria, but they don't amalgamate their country? You do know that the United Kingdom is technically 4 different countries. You know, you have Northern Ireland, they have their own first prime minister, Scotland, and then Wales, and then the overall prime minister. And if you go to Wales, the Welsh language is totally different